This week, we're going to start taking a look at visual representations of data. So we're going to see that there are some pretty silly ones that we're going to be taking a look at, but here's an example of one, not no one that you're not going to see, but is a good representation of what we're going to be taking a look at. So this is called a scatter plot. So you can see these dots, and then there are two axes. There's a vertical axis and a horizontal axis. The first thing you want to do is take a look and just read. Read the title of the graph. Should you trust that doctor? So we can see there's a bunch of doctors. Some of these we might know who they are, some we don't. But it's so when I look at this horizontal axis, everybody that's on the left side has no professional training. And everybody on the right-hand side, on the farthest to the right, possess a professional doctorate in medical studies. So when we go left to right, the people on the far left side, as we move to the left, they will have less medical experience. As we go to the right, they will have more medical experience. Now, when we go low to high, the people on the high end are people that we should be able, according to this chart, that we should be able to trust with our lives. People down here, we should run very far away. So this is called bivariate data. So when we have somebody like, I don't know, let's say the doc right here. This is one of the Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, I think. And we can see it looks like he has a lower level of medical training, right? So he's not over here on the higher end. We think about this like right here as kind of just completely in the middle. So in terms of danger or whether we could trust them, as well as professional training and no professional training. This is kind of the middle. So this guy, it seems like we could trust him because, again, he's up here in terms of overall trust, but doesn't have as much medical training as we would maybe want because he is falling on the left-hand side. So we have to be very careful that we are considering both variables when we answer these questions. So this says, according to the scatter plot, again, your opinions may differ, but we're not really asking opinions here. We're saying, based off of this chart that's presented to us, if you're in a medical dilemma and you need to reach out to a doctor, who are you going to call? So I'm thinking we want somebody who is definitely a medical profession. So we're going to want somebody who's on this side, right? And then who are we going to call? We probably want to call somebody that we would trust, right? So we want somebody with a high vertical rating. So again, when I'm looking at these people, we could go up here, and I think any of these would be acceptable. But, I mean, in terms of the most trusting and possesses a doctorate, I think we're going to go with Dr. Huxtable here. Now, if you're in a medical dilemma and you need to reach out to a doctor who is the last person you call, okay, so we want to go somebody we don't want to call is somebody with no professional training, right? So that would be, again, we're looking over here. And then, again, probably somebody who is very dangerous or that we should run far away from, and that would be Dr. Pepper. Again, you might think somebody named Dr. Evil would be further that we should trust, or Dr. Horrible. But again, according to this chart, this has no professional training, and we should also not, in terms of how much we should trust Dr. Pepper, we should apparently not trust it very much. Who is the most dangerous doctor who actually knows something about medicine? So in terms of most dangerous, we're going to be looking for the things down here, right? And then in terms of somebody who knows something about medicine, we're looking for somebody who knows a lot about medicine. So that's probably going to be Dr. Hannibal Lecter. And again, if you're ever unsure, you're always welcome to look up online what these people are or who they are. These are all fictional characters or people on talk shows and things like that. All right, I had to addend this question a bit, so I hit pause. Sorry if it sounds different or looks a little different. Who is the doctor that you can trust but has the least amount of medical knowledge? So somebody we can trust would be somebody up here. Least amount of medical knowledge is going to be somebody over here. So again, Dr. Seuss was okay. He doesn't have a lot of professional knowledge, but we could probably trust him. But the doctor is who we would pick for that one. And then who is the most average doctor? And so we're going to look for the person most centered, and that's going to be Dr. Bunsen Honeydew. So if you guys were feeling overwhelmed by scientific notation and unit conversions and all that stuff that we'd been working on the next test, I encourage you to take a deep breath and look forward to class next week, because we're going to be doing some stuff in class that is going to seem like a breath of fresh air in terms of the content and kind of the level of conception that we're going to be working with. It should be a good class next week, and I'm looking forward to working with all of you. So talk to you then.